Teaching today is about numbers. Anything that can be counted is good, and the bigger the number the better. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, as George Orwell once wrote. Teachers know this. They understand that the first and the last principle in teaching is to keep an accurate head count. Count them all in and check them all out. Don't lose any. Just keep your numbers up and in, and you're a successful teacher. Aim for an increase in class size. You'll get brownie points for that. It is difficult to achieve, but not impossible. I remember what the Merthyr head teacher did many years before the national curriculum arrived, and I admire his initiative. He managed successfully to register a whole class of phantom pupils at his school, and he wasn't detected by the local authority for a few years. Some are born to lead. A more legitimate method is to do what I did when I was a geography teacher. I was in town with my class undertaking an urban study. I am pleased to say that I returned to school with more pupils than when I set out. That is very good teaching. I recognized an escapee from school on the street and naturally invited him to join us for the rest of the morning. I was a kind teacher, being sociable. He accepted reluctantly, I have to say. I have since wondered if my intervention led to a growth in him of an enhanced appreciation of his local environment. I never saw him after that. The converse happened when I taught physical education in my first teaching post in a grammar school in Aberystwyth. This was bad teaching. I still remember the name of the boy involved, Meirig. He was a lively little teenager, not naturally coordinated gymnastically, although he had a surplus of initiative. He was my first ever tunneler. He modelled his escape on a method used by prisoners of war. This enabled him to create a school record for being in class and not in class at the same time. It occurred in the gym, my gym, and unlike the rest of the class I was not amused. The Meirig method was quite simple. He got into the box while it was assembled at the start of the lesson. By the time that the last piece, the padded leather top, was added by the other pupils, he was tucked inside safely. The openings and holes in the sides of the box gave him adequate ventilation, as well as a spy hole, with the added bonus of allowing him to wave his fingers to those outside. I concede that teenage boys are very creative in their hand signals. Many decades later, I wonder whether I might have jeopardized Meirig's future because I allowed this to happen to him. I await the solicitor's letter. After all, he would have missed the life-enhancing skills that the rest of my class was learning. Forward rolls, head springs, thief vaults, press-ups, and so on. A pupil's education is incomplete without these. So, teaching is all about numbers. It's a numerical balancing act. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.